Hello everybody, welcome to -4, the show where we lend you our FPL expertise to help lead you to glory. Dave here, and as always, our panel of experts with us on the couch and in various moods, I would think, given how the week has gone. Let's start with you, Sullivan Brown is here.
Yes, and I'm elated, of course, as both a Chelsea fan and a player of FPL. It's been a great week. I actually missed most of the Chelsea game, and we were 1-0 down when I went into a show at the Edinburgh Fringe. I came out, it was 3-1. Everything was just fine. Another 2 goals banged in. It was fantastic stuff.
How was Edinburgh? Tell us more.
Oh, it was lovely. Didn't have to see any Scots. That was great. And I just, because it's Edinburgh Fringe, so it's just London, but in the north. And I saw some good shows, saw some bad shows too. Won't talk about them publicly, because they are, some of them, my friends.
No time to go see Hearts or Hibs?
No, I did see some Hibs fans knocking around. No Hearts fans, though. Confusing.
Interesting. Sean, I suppose you're in a good mood as well?
Yep, I was also not being able to fully focus on the game because my club was actually playing at the same time. So I had to have my phone in my hand at the same time as watching my other team. So yeah, but 5-1. It was a good week, kind of, in a way. I've moved to top of the league in the FPL.
You have.
But it weren't the greatest of weeks amongst the cast.
We'll talk about this in a minute, because you've been a lucky boy.
Lucky
actually,
boy.
As it happens. The same, certainly, though, cannot be said of Jimmy. Welcome back, Jimmy.
Thank you.
How you doing? This is another one of these.
This is the away strip from the
same season. Are we going to go through the seasons? We're going 97, 98 next year. By the end of the season, we'll be in 2024.
Next week, I might wear a shirt from when we was in the Championship because I'll have to get used to it again on looks of things.
So what is going on? So let's 5-1 Chelsea, West Ham. Obviously 3-0 first week against Sunderland. 8 goals in 2 games. It's not the ideal start, is it?
No, it ain't. No, can we just move on from this?
No. what is going wrong?
We can't.
If you were West Ham manager right now, if you could phone up and have a chat, what would be point number 1 you tell them to fix?
I think you have to look at the recruitment for it all. I mean, we've sold some and released some players. Mm-hmm. We haven't necessarily replaced them as we should have. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to ever badmouth any of our players because I'm a West Ham supporter. But if you're going to get rid of players like Kudus, you've got to replace him. Yeah. You know, it's not good enough when we can't.
We're recording this Tuesday, so there's still 6 days left till transfer deadline. Well, if the recruitment's the problem, presumably you've got to fix it in the next 6 days because after that you can't fix it.
See, this is the thing. We're only 2 games into the season, so I'm not panicking just yet. I mean, if we don't bring any players in before the window and we go another few weeks without picking up results, then it might be squeaky bum time.
All right.
But
we'll see.
I'm not so concerned just yet.
You look a little concerned, but that might be for other reasons.
Yes,
actually, before we look at the league table, Bully's here as well. Here he is, our AI super robot.
Not so super, to be honest.
He's rubbish.
The first words out of your mouth should be an apology this week.
Yes.
You should have to do the forfeit.
No, it's not a laughing matter, is it? Ridiculous.
Absolutely dreadful at its
some
job.
Quiet time. Let's take a look at the league table. We'll show you what we mean. This is our game week table, and as you will see looking at it, 46 points, bottom of the table for Bully, who is supposed to be superior to our combined IQs, and then some 10 times more or so, so he tells me, but literally cannot put together a good FPL team. Now, I was top, obviously, we don't need to dwell on that. Solly close behind.
Yeah.
You two. We've got to have a conversation. Somehow, Sean, you're top of our -4 mini league. And by the way, if you want to join that mini league, HYL8TK, the join code, so don't forget that. Top of the mini league because the person who was in first, who was above you last week, had a stinker. But actually, in terms of this game week, so I was watching with great anticipation last night, Monday. We're filming this Tuesday, the Newcastle-Liverpool game. In fact, Jimmy was texting me in a quite anxious manner because he was like, well, it's close between me and Sean, I'm all right as long as Salah doesn't get any last-minute points. As we now know, 100th minute, Liverpool goal, Salah assist, and there's some controversy. Jimmy, you're not happy with this assist?
It was a Szoboszlai assist. Nothing to do with Salah.
Even though he
may have played the ball. He may have played the ball, but Szoboszlai got that assist for me. I'm sorry.
But he didn't touch the ball with
It
his
doesn't
feet.
matter. We need to get VAR
Or
on
any
this.
part
Or
of his
any
body.
part of his
Doesn't
body.
matter. It was his assist. If he didn't do that the way he did, that ball would have been cleared. So that's a.
So every
Szoboszlai assist.
decoy run
Yes.
now that's going to happen in the box
Yes.
is an assist for
Yeah.
every player.
Listen, this is
Yeah.
So we're dishing out 3 points everywhere.
yeah, exactly. We do it that way.
We'll just change the rules. Just change the rules as we go. If Jimmy's not having
I
a
actually
go.
wasn't. I didn't know about that. I didn't think I was that bad. I didn't even look. I was trying to think of who was going to be on the cast. I didn't know who was going to be here, so I didn't know who I had to beat. So
I mean, 54,
Yeah.
bottom of the human contestants. 54 is not bad, is it?
51 was the average, no?
Yeah, you did
we're
better
all
than the
above
average.
the,
So we're all above
above the
average.
worldwide average.
We
this
are
week.
experts. Look at us.
But we are
My
experts.
above average just wasn't good enough. This
No,
week.
that's absolutely right, Jimmy. Keep beating yourself up about it. That's the spirit. Because
It's not going to
as
help
we
him.
as we said at the end of last week.
Oh, you really did get that one.
Yes, it
oh,
was to
wow.
Well, I didn't know what hot sauce to get, to be honest.
Right.
And I
The
remembered.
hottest one in the existence.
Wow.
I remembered when we were filming, Sullivan, you mentioned
The bomb.
Da Bomb, which is the
Wow.
hottest one that you know of. So it got to last night, because I'm very last minute with this sort of thing, and thought, right, I need to get some hot sauce. I actually went to Sainsbury's this morning, but it was just barbecue sauce and stuff. So I was like, right, where can I get some of this Da Bomb? I went back and watched last week, so I couldn't remember what you'd called it. And there's a place right by Deptford Station
Oh yes, very nice place.
that does it. So I've driven there this afternoon
It's where we
and bought one of these.
got the sauces for the NRB video where we use hot sauces.
Yeah.
Was it Hobson something? I can't remember.
I was bet £250 to have that. It weren't even the greatest of amounts, and I was in problems for a while.
I'll match
How much
that
did you have?
if you do it again?
A little. Well, it's not a dab, but it was more than a dab.
Well, we're only going to make you do a drop, Jimmy,
Thank you.
later on. So it's called Da Bomb Beyond Insanity hot sauce. It's got a nuclear, I don't know if you can see that, nuclear little logo on it. And it says here, it's been lab tested at 135,600 Scoville units,
which is
which I thought was out of 10. I'm not entirely sure.
I can't wait for this.
that is a significant amount. Although I believe there are much hotter hot sauces available in the
Sorry.
world. Yes.
Boy, if there is.
So we'll put this down here because this is to close the show. Jimmy will be taking a little bit of hot sauce and then reading us through the weekend's fixtures because that's important information that the public
Yes.
need to know, Jimmy. So looking forward to you delivering that.
He's in trouble.
Just a reminder before we move on, we already gave you the league joining code, but don't forget to follow us on socials as well: Facebook, X, Insta, and that TikTok thing that all the kids are into. At -4 FPL show is the place to go for that. Gentlemen, it's time for this week's Goalmouth Scramble. 5 topics. We'll hear a whistle at regular intervals, at which point we have to change the subject. We've got 5 subjects about FPL, and don't forget, if you're watching at home, if you want to message us with any of the topics you would like discussed, any help you need with your FPL team, you can message in the comments on any of our socials or on our YouTube video, and we will happily include your questions. Guys, you ready? All right, let's go. First question on today's Goalmouth Scramble. Should you still play Liverpool and Arsenal players this weekend when they go head-to-head? Obviously, it's probably the biggest game of the season, other than the reverse fixture, which will come later. But in week 3, Liverpool against Arsenal, it's at Anfield. In these kind of games, I'm always like, no, rest them, rest everyone. Like, don't play the players who are against another good team. Sally, what's your strategy in this kind of scenario?
I think if it's a defender, I'm more likely actually to take them out, which may be foolish because often you can have boring 0-0 draws. But with these two teams, I feel like there might be it might be a fun game. Depends how much Arsenal want to stink up the place, I suppose. But Salah, I think, is someone that I wouldn't ever take out of my team at this point. I think but like, you know, if you've got an Arsenal defender or someone like that, then maybe you take them out, or Liverpool defender, maybe take them out. It's difficult.
But you'd play Salah.
I play Salah. I play the big players.
Would you captain him here?
That's the question. I probably would, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be a confident captaincy. That's the thing. Yeah.
That doesn't affect how many points you get for your captaincy if it's confident. Right?
No, but
He would know.
He would know.
Yeah.
He'd know somehow.
Yeah, okay, and it would affect his performance.
Well, I doubt him, and maybe make him sad or motivated. Who knows?
Okay, interesting. Sean, we look at Liverpool last night, Monday, against Newcastle. Second week in a row, it felt like they ran out of legs a little bit towards the end. Does that, with Liverpool players in particular, we can talk about Arsenal in a sec, but with Liverpool players, any concerns at the moment?
They've taken their chances well when they have had them. Last night, I'm sure Newcastle restricted them to the least amount of shots that they've had in quite some time. I think they had 5 shots in the game. I was very knowing of that stat because I was waiting on Salah for a shot on target for £1,000, and not one shot in the game from him in the second half. They went 45 minutes against 10 men, not having a shot basically.
Wow.
So to be against 10 men and sit back against Newcastle like that, considering they were a man down, was actually concerning. And obviously Liverpool, you look at the strengths. Liverpool look like they're potent on one side of the pitch, and then Arsenal look like they're very defensively sound. Timber, obviously the main point of the week, 24 points, clean sheet, 2 goals and assist.
And all 3 bonus points.
All 3 bonus points, 24 points was massive. But you have to weigh up the strengths of both sides, and Liverpool look like they have a great attacking sense, whether it's Salah or not. Me personally, I think Salah's not the go-to. Maybe it's still early days and Salah is Salah and he'll find games where he'll score 2 goals, but he looks to seem very, very wide considering what he used to be like. And I feel like Ekitike and Cody Gakpo, who is definitely starting to show what he was doing a lot more last season when he was given the game time. Now Diaz ain't there. It's got a lot more time for Gakpo to start week in, week out, and he registered 2 assists last night as well. So,
and Liverpool conceded 4 goals as well.
This is the thing. I'd say that I'd look more towards the Arsenal attacking threats rather than Liverpool attacking threats, because I feel like Arsenal are very, very sound defensively. I really don't know how that game's going to go, because you look at both sides of the teams and both of their strengths are in. Arsenal do have strengths to attacking, but their main strength for me is defence. Yeah. But yet Liverpool have the attacking side of strength.
Jimmy, last week we were talking about Arsenal. I was asking the question about whether Gyökeres was a bust and he was a waste of time. No one should buy him. It was probably wishful thinking, to be honest. 2 goals for him. Arsenal looked great against Leeds.
They did.
One or 2 teams, he scored 5.
But no disrespect to him, he played against Leeds.
He didn't take the bait there.
he played against Leeds, who have just come up from the Premier League. Have just come up to the Premier League.
Yeah.
I actually have taken an Arsenal player out of my side this week.
Yeah. Okay.
I've taken Gabriel. As much as I like him as a centre half, I think he's the better of the 2. I just feel that Liverpool are going to get the result there, and I don't want to lose no more points than what I've already lost this week. No. So I'm trying to play it safe. I think Liverpool will get a result, and that's why I've taken an Arsenal player out of my defence this week and kept Virgil van Dijk in.
Don't lose any more points or any more of your stomach lining.
No.
Right, so we've moved on. The whistle went. Let's have a question 2 today. Right, who are your best midfield replacements for Saka and Palmer? Saka, we know, is going to be out for about 4 weeks, they reckon. Now, Palmer, I didn't realise. I thought he was potentially out for longer. There's talk he might be back for the weekend, but let's assume he's out for at least a week. Let me give you a few stats here, because obviously both Saka and Palmer are, I guess we would say, premium midfielders in price-wise. They're both, Palmer's 10.5, I think. Saka is 9.5 or 10, somewhere around there. Top 5 scoring midfielders from the first 2 weeks. Semenyo, 21 points. Cullen of Burnley, Gakpo, Brennan Johnson, and Ndoye at Forest. All of them, the highest one of them is 7.5 million. One of them, Cullen at Burnley, is 5 million. So actually, if you want to get to anyone other than Salah, in terms of premium midfielders, so those who would be maybe over 8 million, the first one you get that's got 6 points even from 2 games is Odegaard. So actually a lot of these expensive midfielders aren't doing the business, so it may be time to find yourself a bargain, Jimmy.
I think you could be right, but I mean I was looking through this earlier on, and I think Ndoye is the cheapest one, barring Josh Cullen. I think Ndoye was.
Ndoye's 6.
Yeah, I think he's the cheapest one out of them. He started well. I know we're only 2nd game into the season, but I think he started well. I think he's got a goal and 1 or 2 assists already. I think other than that, you've got to look at your Cody Gakpos. If you haven't got Mo Salah, stick Mo Salah in there. I think Kudus is going to get some contributions this year as well.
If you took Gakpo instead of Salah, you save yourself 7 million.
Well,
6.5, something like that. He's 14, isn't he? 14.5. So Gakpo 7.5. Yeah. You could get yourself a nice little extra midfielder there, couldn't you? So what do we think? Saka. Who we all got? Have any of us got Saka or Palmer?
I've got Salah, Palmer.
You got Salah and Palmer, not Saka.
No, not Saka.
So are you thinking of taking Palmer out this week?
Contemplating, yeah. Obviously, he's not trained with the main team. They said that he's been training off-site and having some fun at Carnival.
Yeah.
But with his Rasta hat on. But I feel like with my team, I feel like there's obviously, like I've mentioned, the Cody Gakpo thing. Now Anthony Gordon is out for Newcastle. I feel like Newcastle got a favourable fixture on the weekend. I think either Elanga or Harvey Barnes could be a go-to because I think they'll play most of their minutes. I prefer Elanga, but other than that, it's just I'm happy with Kudus in my team. Dewsbury Hall I've got in at Everton. See, I can take the -4 like straight away, but I can try and I want to change my striker as well. Mm-hmm. So the money that I can save from Salah, from what I'm seeing with Salah or even Palmer, I feel like there's a lot more value to have in players that are in their team that look a lot more involved. So Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, obviously Ekitike up front, but in terms of midfield, I'll be looking at Cody Gakpo, Semenyo just looks like he's a main threat in his midfield, and at Everton, Jack Grealish.
Yeah, 2 assists.
2 assists in his first game. Obviously, he didn't start the first game, so it was a bit worrying for me. I'm thinking, what's going to happen? What's going to happen now with Grealish? Is he going to be a bit part player as a substitute? But 2 assists, I think he's going to be a mainstay in the first team now. So Jack Grealish might.
Premier
be
League doing this very confusing thing it loves to do, where like after week 1, the teams who were rubbish are then good in week 2. Like Burnley winning, Everton winning, Newcastle were bad, and we talked about that last week. And they were, I mean, they didn't win, but they were good against Liverpool. Very confusing. Sully, what are you doing? You got anyone you need to replace?
The only because I am thinking about taking out Palmer. I haven't locked in, and this might be spoilers for my team later. I haven't locked in what I've done, but there is a possibility you could go for the. I was going to call him Bruno Fernandes because that's what everyone, all those sort of like pretentious hipster football fans, pronouncing his name how they pronounce it in Portugal.
Sounds like a dessert.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes.
Phalange.
Do you want a strawberry Fernandes?
Bruno Fernandes. They're playing against Burnley. That's the only thing. But then he did sky that penalty so high that it ended up in the River Thames essentially. So I'm not sure. It's one that I think I'll probably go for Semenyo in the end because but I don't know who Bournemouth are playing. Do we know? Is it possible to know?
It will be possible because Jimmy, in a little while, is going to read us this week's fixtures, so you'll find out all about it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Whistle went. Let's talk on the next one. I don't know who sent this question in. Is it time to go triple Tottenham? Hear me out.
Please, give me a reasoning.
Only 2 teams in the league got clean sheets. Two clean sheets so far, Arsenal and Tottenham. Tottenham have scored 5 goals. Arsenal have scored 6, but they've got more difficult run. Listen to this, okay? I'm going to read you the next 8 Tottenham fixtures. You tell me stop when you think it's a game where we're not the favourites to win it.
Okay.
Bournemouth at home. Oh, that's who Bournemouth have got. Us.
There we go.
We're at home against Bournemouth this weekend. No? West Ham away.
Stop.
Seriously, Jimmy, come on. Brighton away. Wolves at home. Leeds away. Villa at home. Everton away. Then Chelsea at home on the first night. Right, but that's taken us to the 1st of November.
That's
actually a very good run of fixtures.
Tottenham got a great run.
Let's see how Everton do, because I think they might be a little bit of a dark horse.
I mean, there's some difficult games in there. Going to Brighton's not the easiest. Going to Leeds, going to Everton, Villa at home. And we're Tottenham, we'll blow it.
But you're Villa, but you're at home to Villa.
Yeah.
I'd rather Tottenham in that fixture.
Yeah, there's none of those games where I would bet money against us.
Yeah.
Right. And Villa and Brighton haven't had a great start to the season. I mean, there's only 2 games in, but they haven't been setting the world alight.
So again, spoiler for in a minute, but I've got Van der Ven, I've got Kudus, and I'm putting Richarlison in this week because he's had 2 goals last week.
I don't want to copy you,
week.
Dave. That's the thing is the 2 options of my strikers was literally Ekitike or
Sean, you should copy me because I came
I know you had a good week this week, but I think everyone's a bit frightened now because of the Solanke thing. A lot of people would have probably had Solanke in there, knowing the fixtures that Tottenham had, thinking that he would slowly be reintegrated into the team.
Yeah.
But Brennan Johnson looks like a mainstay. Even Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is a great pick. Kudus is obviously a great pick, and Richarlison at the moment is a great pick.
So again, it sounded ridiculous, but hear me out.
I think it's definitely
triple Tottenham at home against Bournemouth this week. You
For a
can
good
keep
run.
him. Good, that's unanimous. Right, let's go.
Unanimous, yeah.
Next question. Question 4. Might William Osula be a great choice for a budget striker? Now, before Monday night, Osula had only scored 1 goal for Newcastle since signing with them summer 2024. That was against Ipswich in April. Anthony Gordon, who's a winger by trade, of course, had been selected to go up top for Newcastle. Gordon sent off just before the half on Monday night. So then Osula came on in the 76th minute, only played, well, I was going to say played 14, he actually played about 28 minutes because there was so much injury time. Scored a goal, and now because Gordon is suspended for 3 games, he's probably going to start, and he only costs, I think he's 6.5. So as a budget striker choice, though, it's not a bad idea, is it?
It's not bad, but it's so hard to judge off such a, if you only scored 1 goal until now, it's so hard to judge off this. It might be a little bit jumping the gun to put him in right now, but I don't know.
But also, quite aside from him personally,
Yeah.
just the amount of chances Newcastle looked like they were creating, the physicality,
Yeah.
whoever's up top for them
Yep.
is going to get chances, right?
That is true. That is true. And they did play exceptionally well, especially when they were down to 10 men. It was amazing to watch. I was so happy, and I was sort of sad because neither Sana or Alanga, who were in my teams, had done fuck all for most of the game, and then I was sad that Liverpool won. But yeah, I think they played really, really well. I mean, Eddie Howe's a great manager, and he's done a really, really great job there. So Newcastle might be the way. Who knows? I like having Alanga in there. So maybe Osula as well. Maybe.
Sean, any tempted by Osula? That's one way to not copy me with Richarlison. Go the Osula way.
I wouldn't be banking on Osula playing. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Howe just tried to go back to the old days of putting Joe Linton up front just for the meanwhile. Knowing that they don't have Isak or Gordon there available, I think they might even possibly bring in like a Lewis Smiley into midfield or bring in the Ramsey boy into midfield and make Joe Linton play up front because they don't really have anything up there. Obviously, they could potentially go with that, and obviously he's made an impact, 15 minutes, scored his goal. They could potentially go with that, but I wouldn't be assured enough to put him into my team starting.
No?
Nah.
Jimmy, tempted?
No, not me.
Wow.
1 goal does not make a Premier League striker,
Right.
in my opinion. I hope he does come good because he's another youngster coming through. But with Gordon now suspended and Isak still chucking his toys out the pram, this might be an opportunity for the boy to get in and actually do something. And
I mean, it is probably now or never for him because now he's got this chance if he's playing, unless Sean's right.
Yeah.
but the thing is, because he's still a youngster, I mean, I like it when people bring the youngsters through because they play without that fear. As what the seasoned professionals do, and I like to see that. So I hope he gets a nice little run in the game in the team and starts scoring some goals. And maybe, like Sully said last week about if he goes, certain players go through purple patches, then I'd consider it. But no, in my luck, I'll put him in, and I'll still get no points from him because
Everything just going wrong for you.
I've had a nightmare the last week with it.
Which leads me, as the whistle goes, to our final question in this week's Game Math Scramble. It's very similar to last week's final question. Last week we asked, should you panic and do a wild card if you didn't do well in week 1, which is what Jimmy did. Played his wild card in week 2. Question this week we've had in, again, anonymous sender, who knows who sent it. Should you panic even more if you wild carded and still lost the game week?
No, I'm not panicking no more. I've done that last week.
You just resigned
and
to
look what
constant
happened to me.
defeat now.
So what I've done is, last night I sat there after Sean beat me with that dodgy assist. I was looking through it and I'm like, I don't really need to change a great deal. If I keep doing it, I know what's going to happen. I took Hudson-Odoi out of my side, and what's the first thing he does? He goes and scores a goal.
Yeah.
So that would have put me up there. So no, I'm going to look at it a little bit more level-headedly in future and not think, oh, I only got 61 points. No one's ever going to get 100 points every single week. I've got to stop thinking like that.
Yeah.
So
trust your instincts.
Yes, no more panicking from me. I'm just going to.
Are there any superstitions? Any like you're gonna go through to anything you did this week that you think went wrong that you would do differently?
Yeah,
like,
well, use me a wild card and
you
change my team.
Would you wear a different shirt?
It's no going back now.
What's any reason you think you went wrong?
Yeah, because I'm
in a supernatural sense.
No, I'll tell you what I've done, and my son's helped me out with this one. I'm sorry
Right.
to take up all the time, boys, but
Yeah.
I've been looking at it from a professional point of view rather than a points point of view. I'm looking at these players thinking, oh, he's good, I'll stick him in. But this is about scoring points, not about who I prefer as a player. So
Yeah.
I've had to adjust to that now.
Sully, should Jimmy be panicking horribly?
Not quite yet. I think.
I'm going to say yes.
Well, I would do, but if Jimmy had performed under the average consistently,
Yeah.
then yes. But otherwise, I think when you're still performing over average, I think you're fine. You got to start panicking, maybe a little bit closer. Not close necessarily to Christmas time, but if you're into like October and you're still doing absolutely dreadfully,
I'd panic way before that. I would be like, last year I mean, I'm mocking Jimmy, but I wildcarded week 4.
Yep. Well, that's that's very normal.
Yeah.
Especially-
Sean, would you panic if you were, for example, a super intelligent AI robot who couldn't tell his ass from his elbow?
I would, and I would ask for my refund back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just with the start of this season, with the fixtures, like between 2 teams, like 3 teams, like they've had runs of games where it's like 3 games tricky, the other team have got 3 games easy, and then it flip-flops.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to build your team around a lot of the better players from the better sides early on. So I feel like people have to just have 1 or 2, not too super heavy. Like obviously Tottenham now, you can go super heavy. I feel like Liverpool, within the next couple of weeks, you can go super heavy because Liverpool have a decent run. The better sides will always do better than most people. So you have to go with the better players who perform, who get points. Obviously, the defensive contributions are something you have to consider now.
Mm-hmm.
But with the wild card, like you last year, I didn't have a good start to the season and a lot of players weren't playing. And I think I wild carded after 4 or 5 weeks as well. So for me, the tactics are to try and uphold the wild card till like nearer to December as much as I can. But if I have to, it might come through the middle first half of the season, but I always try to plan on using that wild card for the second half of the season a bit late towards the end of the run. But we've got so many chips this year, you might not have to.
Yeah. You don't want to
save
be
it
trigger
too late.
shy with it. The other thing with that first wild card is if you get to like December and you haven't played it, it might be in those 4 weeks you don't need it, and you did need it back in November. Anyway, we're out of time. That was today's Goal Mouth Scramble. I hope everyone found that enlightening. Right, quiz time. Because one thing that is going to throw a spanner in the works potentially of everyone's fantasy teams is that by this time next week we will have had transfer deadline day. We're in the the crunch time of transfer season, the last 6 days in which players or clubs can sign players. So today's quiz is going to be about the history of transfer deadline day. 5 questions on that. As I can see, I didn't even need to ask you, gentlemen. You've now understood how it goes. You've got your whiteboards. We're going to answer these questions as we go, just for fun. It doesn't get anyone out of eating hot sauce or anything. It's just for a giggle.
Carry on. I'm going to have to join a union.
5 questions on transfer deadline day. Here's number 1. Which player did Harry Redknapp sign on loan at QPR on deadline day in 2013, marking the 3rd different club at which Redknapp had signed him?
Oh.
It was getting to the point that this player just literally showed up outside the training ground of whatever club Harry Redknapp was at. Which player did Harry Redknapp sign on loan at QPR on deadline day in 2013, marking the 3rd different club at which Redknapp had signed this guy? Everyone got something?
Yeah.
Jimmy, let's do you first. What you got?
I don't know if I spelt it right. I've gone for Nico Cranchar.
Nico Cranchar.
I remember Peter Odemwingie turning up outside the ground wanting to be signed on deadline day, but I don't know if it was with him.
He just waited in the car park, didn't he? And then didn't get
He
signed and left.
didn't get signed and
And
left.
then got bollocked by his
Because I couldn't
actual
think of
club.
anyone
You
else.
go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right, Sally, have you got?
I also went Nico Cranchar.
Nico Cranshar's correct.
Ah.
So a point for both of you.
Right, blank there.
Question 2 in this week's quiz. Sky Sports reporter Alan Irwin was at the centre of one of the most famous deadline day moments in history in 2014. What was that moment? What happened? It's one of the most memeable or video replayed moments in deadline day history. Sky Sports reporter Alan Irwin at the centre of one of the most famous deadline day moments in history back in 2014.
Is that even allowed to be replayed on TV?
Well, we won't play it here, but only because we don't have the rights. I've got no issue playing it. Sean seems to know what it is, so let's go to Sully first.
Okay, I had no memory of this, so I went for a strong guess, I think. He had a lovely kiss.
He had a lovely
From something.
I mean, sort of.
he did. From something.
Might have been later
Something
on
or
that night,
someone,
but it weren't when it was on the telly.
What you got, Jimmy?
I've gone for purple appendage. I didn't know if I could say.
Yeah.
Appendage.
Yeah.
Oh,
someone
you
else
can
said.
say whatever you like.
Sean's been more direct. Go
Yep.
on. Yeah.
A dildo in his ear.
He did have a dildo in his ear.
So in a sense, we all get points. That's all.
A fan tickled his ear with a purple dildo while he was reporting live from outside Everton's training ground about the possibility of Tom Cleverley joining them from Man United, of all
Wow.
topics. Sky have since been much more cautious about allowing their reporters anywhere near the general public on deadline day. Yeah, classic moment. I think that makes it 2-1-1.
Yeah.
All right, question 3. This is a sensible question. Who's the most expensive signing ever for a Premier League club on deadline day, including both August and January deadlines?
Ooh, on deadline day.
Oh, on deadline day.
Because that's really.
This is a wild guess. This.
I think this. Oh no.
Was he deadline? He wasn't deadline day, was he? I'm just going to go with this one for deadline day. It's the only one I can remember. It was quite expensive.
It can't be.
So he's looking pained here.
This is tough. It's not going to be him. No, boo. Okay, I'm just going to go.
You got one, Jim?
I have.
Let's see it.
This one is a guess.
Yeah.
I've gone Fernando Torres, Liverpool to Chelsea.
Oh.
Okay. That was in the same
Transfer window.
This is the same as the Andy Carroll thing. Right? Yeah.
Because I went with Andy Carroll.
But Torres was more than Carroll.
He was 50 million, but I thought Andy Carroll was
35.
Andy Carroll was 35.
Yeah.
Carroll was
What
35.
Suarez?
Suarez was the same
He was
day,
cheap,
but he was
wasn't he?
cheaper
Yeah.
and turned out to be better.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's neither of them.
Yes.
But
Take that.
I also went for Fernando
Andy
Torres
That's wrong. It's Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea boys.
Was that
Was
on
it
the
deadline day?
Deadline
Yeah,
day.
Deadline day in January 2020.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
God.
actually going to go with Jack Grealish, but I didn't think he was
We've
deadline
got
day either.
Fernando. It's kind of.
It's
Fernandez,
similar to
Fernando.
Fernando.
No. 107 million, January 2023.
I just didn't even
Japan's
think
pulled
about.
down there.
I didn't think that
Deadline
was
day.
on deadline day.
All right, question 4. In 2015, what did Manchester United blame for the collapse of Real Madrid's deadline day swoop for goalkeeper David De Gea?
Oh.
In 2015, what did Man United blame for the collapse of Real Madrid's deadline day swoop for goalkeeper David De Gea? This is another famous deadline day moment, which I assume we'll all get. But I'm shocked at the Enzo Fernandez thing, so who knows?
Yeah.
What have we got? Sully was writing, after looking agonised last time, he's now looking very confident. So
Yeah, this one, I think, yeah.
what we got, Sully?
The fax machine.
A fax machine?
Yep.
Fax machine,
The
Sean?
fax machine.
Oh, I guessed this. I didn't know this one. Someone stole the manager's purple dildo. And it ended up outside.
You just wanted to write dildo because you didn't write it.
Because he
last time.
couldn't.
You thought you had to be polite. That's all you were doing.
Yeah, the
It's a fax machine. Faulty fax machine. Real Madrid missed the deadline day by. Real Madrid missed the deadline by roughly 2 minutes. They claimed United had purposefully delayed the completion of the deal. United said, no, we gave you exactly 2 minutes, but loads of time to get it all done. So there was a big dispute about whether it was a faulty fax machine or whether United were deliberately playing silly buggers. And the funny part of that, of course, was it was the year 2015, so why were they talking about a fax machine
Well,
at all?
They used fax machines for so. I don't know if they might still even use fax.
Does anyone use a fax machine now?
Only football clubs, it appears.
Really?
Yeah.
I literally don't know anyone who uses them.
Imagine if football transfers were done by telegram.
All depends what club you talk to, really, son.
Right, so hang on, let's get the scores. It was 2. It's 2-2. 2-2-2.
2-2-2.
And one question left.
Wow.
High drama.
That's huge.
Couldn't write it. Right, in a genius move in January 2014, looking to replace an injured Aaron Ramsey, Arsenal signed another injured player on loan, who then only played 4 times all season. What was his name? Arsenal, being the geniuses that they are, decided to replace an injured Aaron Ramsey with someone else who was injured and came up injured in the medical, but they signed him anyway, and he only played 4 times. Who was it?
I remember. Do you remember?
Sean, you got anything? Are you still thinking?
I'm blank. I can't remember
Right,
who
something.
it was.
Anything?
Thierry Henry.
I don't know.
Right, you write something. We'll go to Jimmy.
Yes.
This,
I'm blank.
this is another complete guess. Is it Abu Dhabi?
It is not. Sully.
I'm pretty certain of this. It was Kim Kallstrom.
Kim Kallstrom.
Yeah, I'm blank.
Yeah, it's Kim Kallstrom.
A back issue, right?
Joined from Spartak
Yes.
Moscow. He had a back injury, which was discovered during the medical, but it was decided he could stay and undergo his rehabilitation while at Arsenal in the hopes that he'd get better and play.
I didn't think he only played 4 games.
Only 3 league games.
That's crazy.
One, I think.
I remember
early in
they
the
signed him. I just didn't think he was. I couldn't remember him being injured.
He scored in the FA Cup semi, I think. Then they won the final. He didn't play in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes you the winner of this week's quiz.
Over the moon.
3 points to 2. Unfortunately, Jimmy, if you lose, you have to do hot sauce. So.
I'll have a double helping then.
Double dose.
Yes.
Goodness me.
Well done, everyone.
Right, it is time for this week's team reveals. So we're going to find out who we've all picked for our squads this week. Obviously, again, normal caveat, it's Tuesday, so we may all change. Again, I certainly changed before the end of the week, last week. And we will also tell you what Bally thinks everyone's score is going to be. Although, given his current record, I would take that with a considerable pinch of salt. All right, so first of all, Bally, let's have a look at his then. He has at least realised today that there needs to be some evasive action taken. So he's made 2 transfers.
Oh, wow.
But he did have 2 free transfers. Do you remember he was so confident last week he didn't make any? So he had a second one. Hold on, so it's not going to cost him a -4 or anything. He has taken out Cole Palmer and Van de Ven he's taken out, which I find odd, with Tottenham at home against Bournemouth. He's put in Van Dijk, just as they're about to play Arsenal. And Semenyo.
Right.
So, and he's his team, his starting 11 is going to be Sanchez in goal, Milenkovic, Virgil van Dijk, and Pedro Porro. So he's still playing a Tottenham defender. He just doesn't want to double down on him. Then we've got Mo Salah, who I think is captain. Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Tielemans, Ndoye, Watkins, and Mateta. And he's predicted, as you might expect, that he's going to get more points than any of us. 64 points, he reckons that's getting him. Any reactions to that?
Delusional.
Delusional from him.
It's the stupidest robot I've ever seen.
Yes. And he rates it at 97% as well. Not even like as if he's being... Yeah.
Yeah, but what are you talking about, Bally? Every single week you come up here, you go, oh, Sean doesn't know what he's talking about. And yeah, you may laugh it up. We're paying you good money, Bally.
Hold on, he's getting paid.
Yeah, he's getting paid. Christmas songs.
Christmas definitely hasn't come early for Bally, I'll tell you that one.
What are you doing, Bally?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just...
Is that a song to say don't use your other wild card until Christmas? To me.
I don't know how shameless he can be for being that low down the table and dancing.
Unbelievable. I think he's going to fall off. Yep,
Yeah.
there he goes.
It's about time.
Oh, no.
He deserves that. He deserves that.
It's about time.
Turn him off.
Shut up, Bally.
Shut up, Bally.
Ball end.
Right, so no comment on that. It's just obviously, basically at this point, I think we can all just agree that if whatever he puts on the screen, just make sure you don't put any of those 11 in your
At the moment,
in your squad. Right, let's have a look at the next one. This is gonna be Sullivan Brown, I think.
Yes.
So, Sully, talk us through your 11.
So I take that Palmer because I don't think he's going to play because he didn't train with the team. This isn't locked in by any means. I put in Bruno Fernandes, as I say, but I think I will actually maybe change it to either Semenyo or Kudus because I should be able to afford either of them. But then maybe I don't take out Palmer. Maybe I just put him on the bench for a week and change up. I need to get Wan-Bissaka out this squad. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's just on the bench, obviously, but my God, him against Chelsea was one of the worst defensive performances I've ever seen in my whole life. It was like he was just sort of half asleep, just having a look around. It's like when you wake up from a nap and you're like, oh no, I'm too groggy to understand the world around me. That's what Wan-Bissaka was like for 90 minutes. It was remarkable.
So read us your whole 11 just for people who are listening rather than watching.
So you got Pickford in goal, and then you got Cucurella, Aina, and Munoz. Then you got Salah as captain, Bruno Fernandes, Fernandes, Rogers, and Elanga, and then you got Wood, João Pedro. I just know this off by heart, and Raul Jimenez as the team there.
And you've captained
Salah.
Captain Salah.
At the moment, Chris Wood is my vice captain, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be. I'm really not sure on this team. This is going to be a hard game week.
A capless Raul Jimenez now. Now he's back with his full head of hair out.
Which is lovely to see. I always wanted that for Peter Cech.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Sully is the only one of the 4 of us who hasn't had to do a forfeit yet. Well, you haven't yet, but you're about to. You think that might be his week?
I think when you got players like Salah in there, and look, Chris Wood's playing against West Ham at the weekend, so
He'll be all right.
I think Salah will be absolutely fine this weekend. It's probably going to be me again, but I can only keep my fingers crossed.
All right, we'll hold that thought, Jimmy. We're going to come to you in a minute. Let's have a look at Sean's. Sean, do you want to read us through your 11 first of all?
Dubravka in goal, Cucurella, Dorgu, Van der Ven. Cole Palmer I'm still having in there at the moment as of now. Mo Salah, Captain Kudus, Reinders, Dewsbury Hall, Haaland and João Pedro.
All right, and there's no transfers there.
No, because I really want to look at the next 2 weeks, and I feel like there's some favourable fixtures in there where I can make a double swap next week and not have to afford taking the -4 this week. So, because even though Cole Palmer might not play, I've still got Ezri Konsa on the bench, and Aston Villa have got a half decent game.
Yeah.
So potentially I can get points either from Konsa anyway. So I feel like that's good enough, and I feel like if I just take a gamble on the captaincy with Kudus or João Pedro, one of between the two. I think a lot of people probably have João Pedro captain again, knowing that Cole Palmer's not starting. So I would probably think most of the nation will have João Pedro as a captain, but I might take a gamble with Kudus.
Interesting, very interesting. All right, Jimmy, let's have a look. Jimmy, read us your 11.
Okay, I've started with Pickford in goal, Virgil van Dijk. A new signing of mine is Van der Ven. I've got Jed Spence next to him and Rico Lewis. I've had to go for it at the back this time because obviously Cole Palmer's injured. Midfield is Semenyo, Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. And I've got, my captain is Erling Haaland, my vice captain is Chris Woods, and I've got to keep Jared Bowen in there because
why not?
Yeah.
So Van der Ven in for cash.
Yes.
What's the logic there?
Well, he was rubbish at the weekend.
Who cash was?
That's the Villa.
But our AI super robot is taking Van der Ven out.
Well, he's useless.
Yeah, it means it's probably an
I was
excellent decision.
I was awful last week, and that thing was worse than me. So I'm not paying any attention to that at all.
I think Tottenham were a great fixture. I don't know why he's taken out the Tottenham defender.
Makes no sense.
Oh.
When are you going to take Jared Bowen out?
I'm not. He'll start scoring and assisting eventually.
What is he going to move in January?
In the
Or is that what it is?
Championship,
Possibly.
He's just, I find him such, he's counterintuitive this year because he's playing as a striker now when last year he was a midfielder. You got so much more bonuses.
You know when you said earlier in the episode, Jimmy, that you're going to stop picking players you like and pick ones who score points?
I did say I liked him.
Well, but
I do actually.
you're going to pick ones who score.
Jared Bowen will score and he will get assists. It will. Second week in, come on.
Do you ever think your view is maybe slightly skewed by your choice of squad, choice of team?
Why would they be? Because I've put a player in there from West Ham, and I think he will start coming good eventually.
All right,
Come on.
we'll see. I didn't tell you the rest of you guys what your points are according to Bully.
Oh, yes.
I apologise. Sully, he's got you as the best human player this week,
Oh.
61.
I did like Sally's team.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sean and me, both on 56. And we've got Jimmy in last on 53. Should be roughly what you scored this week. It's 54 last week, wasn't it?
You predicted me at 84%.
I haven't told you mine, have I?
Dave's there.
Let's have a look. This is me. So I've got Dubravka in goal, Tosin, Van der Ven and Konsa. Mo Salah is my captain. Semenyo, Ndiaye and Kudus. João Pedro I've captained just to be a bit different because I'm bored of Salah. Gyökeres and, as I've already told you, Richarlison, who I brought in for Thiago, who was needed to get out of there anyway. So, 56, I reckon. Bully reckons for me.
It's not bad. I thought when you said captain for Salah first, I was like, oh, you're going to be gambling on Salah, but
No.
you got him vice captain. But yeah, João Pedro. Yeah,
Although Bully, I looked just out of interest. Bully thinks I would do 2 points better if I had Salah, not João Pedro.
It's tough. It's tough against Arsenal. I think Arsenal could easily shut Salah out.
Chelsea are free flowing at the moment as well, and that fixture on the weekend for Chelsea don't look too bad. So yeah, I'd be looking at Chelsea.
To
boys.
be fair, Ball is that knowledgeable. We'd probably tell you to put Wan-Bissaka in.
I might swap my captaincy out to Chris Wood, to be honest, playing against West Ham.
Yeah,
Because
wouldn't be a bad shout.
That felt like a jab.
sorry, no, it's just the truth.
Workplace
It's just the
bullying,
truth.
this.
Kieran here behind the camera, who's been getting pelters all day, I will say, just giving me the middle finger. What, for speaking the truth, Kieran? You're not a fan of the truth? You're not a fan?
Kieran's not wearing a microphone, so we can say what we like to him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's come in wearing his West Ham baseball cap, which I think is very brave.
Very brave.
To be fair, I didn't see him do a thing, Sully. So
Who, Bowen?
Yeah.
anyone of that 11 from Friday.
Anyway, Jimmy, it's that time. So at this point in the show, we normally read you through the weekend fixtures, but that, as it happens today, is part of the forfeit. Now, if you're just joining us, if you missed the start of the show, you may not know that Jimmy came last in our game week of the human players, and he's going to be taking. We're just going to give you one drop of Dabom, Beyond Insanity, the hot sauce that is 135,000 on the Scoville scale. I've got you a nice little packet of Doritos.
I didn't have this nice and spicy ones.
No, normal. Cool original. Should cool you down. And just in case, we've got
Yes, that
a
is needed.
4-pinter of milk.
100% needed.
Well, it's not
I
open.
was going to
I'll
say,
get that open.
I ran
You open
through
that.
a full
Let's do it on our nice
pint.
couch.
Yep.
Full four
Right.
pints.
I'll get a nice big.
I love that we've got 4 pints of milk. In what world? That'd be horrible amount
Hang
of
on.
milk.
Put the lid back, or at least rest the lid.
No, I'm
put it
gonna
here.
need-
Put
I'm
it
gonna
here.
need the lid
Put it
off.
here. This is complicated. It's a complicated operation. Right. I should have undone this before we got on
Take
camera.
your time, Dave.
You want a little?
No, you're right.
Sean, you want
No,
a little
I
sip?
know what that smells like.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Let's
not
try
ideal.
and just give you a little.
See, me and Sean have been
drop.
through it.
Whoa,
we probably,
whoa. Put a bit in the lid.
me and Sean
I'll dip it
knows
in.
what this feels like.
I'll
I know
dip
what
it
this
in.
feels
Well, I was
like,
going
and
to
it
give
was
you a little
really
drop on
bad.
it. Here we go. I'll do a little drop on it.
that's
I'll
nice.
just pour a bit out first. It won't come out.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's
there we
quite
go.
thick, yeah. It's quite thick stuff.
My belly's going
Ooh,
already, boy.
there we go. Right.
Oh, that. Have you seen the size of that?
Do you want a different drop?
Ah, that's only a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
fine.
bad.
Can I-
fine.
look,
I feel like that's a drop.
Sully,
Someone
that-
look at it. Oh, put that on camera.
Yeah, no, that's
Before we
fine.
get out of the way.
That's not that
Oh,
bad.
you'll be all right.
Don't put it in your fingers.
I wouldn't
I
put that
wouldn't
on
put it on
my
your
finger.
fingers, no.
Right.
No. I once had a friend who accidentally got hot chilies on his
I
fingers,
have the
and then he
fixtures,
went to the
please?
toilet,
Have the fixtures.
accidentally held his penis and threw up all over himself. It was one of the best nights of my life.
I only caught the second half of that sentence. It was great. Brilliant. Right, come on.
Can I have the fixtures?
Well,
Bob?
read the. No, eat
gonna.
it first. I'm not passing
Okay.
you the fixtures until you've eaten the thing.
Here we go.
Boys and girls, this is why you don't use your wild card in the first week, because stuff like this happens.
Right, go
Okay.
on.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Give it a minute. Right. Yeah, very small. That wasn't
Oh
even
my
the big
good
blob.
God.
No, that wasn't even the big blob at all. No.
Oh, that hurts.
Well,
It's not a great
Right,
taste.
off you go.
That's just
Look,
heat.
look in this camera. Tell us
Okay.
all the fixtures.
This weekend's fixtures. Chelsea v Fulham is the early kickoff. Man United v Burnley. Oh. Tottenham v Bournemouth.
Told you not to breathe out your mouth.
How's he
Sunderland
going to
v
talk?
Brent. You keep delaying me. It's going to. Sunderland v Brentford.
Oh, what do you think about that game?
Rubbish.
Icing.
Dan Ballard's going to be injured. That's all we need to know. Take him out your side. Wolves v Everton. And then the evening kickoff is Leeds v Newcastle.
What time's that?
That's at 5:30 p.m, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Sunday the 31st of August. You got.
Oh, don't cough.
Oh dear,
No,
don't
no,
cough.
coughing's a bad
don't.
idea.
That's at the back of my phone. Okay.
Four
Bright-
games. I want to know the times of all of them.
Brighton v Man City. Do you want the stadiums and the
Yes,
attendances?
please. Yeah.
Brighton v Man City at 2 p.m. Nottingham Forest going to beat West Ham at 2 p.m. Liverpool v Arsenal at 4:30, and Aston Villa v Crystal Palace at 7 p.m. I'm not losing this week because I'm not doing that again.
Now imagine if you had the other side of
Yeah,
that.
imagine if you
No,
had
I don't
the
want to
big
imagine
side.
that, thank you, John.
That was the
It
tiniest
was a
little town in
tiny
the
drop.
world.
It was a tiny. We'll allow it. I think.
Yeah, but I've
round
also-
of applause. Come on, round of applause.
No, I don't. It does hit. It's not a great taste.
No,
it's
it's
the
not.
aftertaste.
That's just heat.
It's
I
the
mean,
aftertaste.
Who
It gets
buys
you.
that thinking, oh, that'd be nice on my chicken
Well,
wings?
it has no taste.
No,
That's the
ain't.
thing.
It's-
It doesn't
I
taste
bought it
nice.
when I got it in the shop. The lady was like, "I would tell you to enjoy, but." Then she just kind of trailed off.
Sally, your description of this is absolutely right. I feel like someone is stabbing the top of my mouth. at the
Yes,
moment.
yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. It's horrible.
Well, I've tried to hold out. I've tried to be a
Right.
big boy and
You-
brave.
Oh no,
You down the milk.
Drink the milk as
Here
much as
we
you
go.
like.
There's plenty of that bottle of sauce left if you want any more.
Oh, cheers.
You want some more Doritos?
I think I had one. I think I had
Right.
probably around the same amount of that on that side. That's what done me.
Okay.
And I was drinking milk for hours.
I'll tell you. I was much closer
Oh.
to that big.
Yeah.
big
That makes it
yeah.
worse.
and it was.
The milk made it worse.
Oh dear.
Oh, I poured a load of hot sauce in the milk.
Yeah.
It's not so much. It's the back of my throat now.
Oh yeah. You wait until all the blood starts rushing to your head, and then you want some
I'm waiting for it
more.
to start rushing out of my eyes.
Right, so don't forget, we're back 2 weeks' time. I hope you enjoy all of the weekend's fixtures, including that critical game, Liverpool v Arsenal. Jimmy, do you want to sign off? No, go on.
Thanks for watching this week. See you later.
Wrong camera. But never mind. We'll see you next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time on -4. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.